Shakespeare wrote that the quality of mercy is twice blessed, blessing both giver and receiver. Well, the quality of gratitude is also doubly blessed, recognizing the good the receiver has done and as the giver considers a benefit to his or her life. Take advantage of this 2-for-1 offer, holiday shoppers. Recognize, consider, give thanks. Welcome to Breakfast Time with Tom Bergeron, Lloyd Hibbert, and Bob the Puppet. My name's Evan. I'm the announcer. Say Happy Thanksgiving, Tom.
Happy Thanksgiving, Tom, to all of you. Welcome to our live breakfast time for this holiday. Once again, we prepare for the Breakfast Time Thanksgiving Day street crossing. We were unable to secure a parade permit, and the street crossing will take place on Fifth Avenue later in the show. The backstage look as preparations are underway. Some of the people, some of the other species that will be part of this grand event on Breakfast Time for this Thanksgiving Day, including the organist for the New York Yankees, Eddie Layton. Hit it, Eddie. Give us an example. Welcome to the holiday season breakfast style, and a lot going on in the apartment. With that, the lovely and talented Lori Hibbert.
Thank you very much, Tom. It's a wonderful, thank you. It's a great day here in the apartment. We have our entire Breakfast Time family joining us. Give yourselves a hand. It's so exciting that everybody is here today to help celebrate this terrific Thanksgiving Day. We've got Allison Blecker, one of our fine producers. Her mom and her dad, otherwise known as Joanne and Sandy, are going to be cooking Thanksgiving dinner for us, so we can chow down after the meal.
Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet?
Bob, of course,
is it done yet?
Annoying them to no end.
Is it done yet?
Also, our family members aren't just here to eat. No, they have to work for their time here. We have Trevor Kaufman. He's going to do a little thing called video conferencing. And what better thing to video conference than a chicken or a turkey farm? Some of the luckiest turkeys on the country.
Oh, no, Christmas is coming.
Oh, that's true. They're just fattening them up even more.
That's right. I think they have 5,000 turkeys at that turkey farm just before Thanksgiving. The number drops to 1,200 by Thanksgiving. Thank you, Terry. And of those 1,200, they're dreaming of a white meat Christmas.
You know, after Thanksgiving, they're all like, yeah, made it. It's a cruel joke on the turkeys. They don't realize Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
Steve Walker's going to tell us what we should not be feeding our pets from the Thanksgiving table, which is really valuable information to have.
Did you mention Jennifer Grace here?
I did not.
Jennifer Grace, and might I mention, I saw Jennifer, she got out of the cab this morning. What a fine-looking young lady she still is.
I would say that she's
she is, yes.
Yeah. So we have her joining us today. We're thrilled that she's here for our Thanksgiving special. Also, we're going to have a triple play here. Sheena Hankin, Dr. Jeff Gardier, and Nathan Newman, all three of whom get us through some of the worst traumas in our lives.
Dueling psychos!
They're our ethics therapists, and they're going to talk about going home for the holidays and how we all regress.
It's the gang of three, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
The trio from Rio is what it's called. Yeah.
3D Shrink TV. You'll pick your news, I hope,
Absolutely.
for Thanksgiving.
Pick your news. And we mean jackpot. Happily ever after and naked generosity. Emphasis on naked.
What?
Yeah.
I'll go with naked generosity.
Good pick, Tom Bergeron. You're going to like this. And Jim, I think you'll especially like this. 3 dozen nude dancers at a New Jersey nightclub have donated $2,000, money they made off of tips from, table dancing and other things, to buy Thanksgiving food for a battered women's shelter and a state welfare agency in New Jersey. And they said that if it wasn't for the work that they did, that those people did, that they might be on the receiving end too, and that's, they danced for the food.
Does that mean that those tips are tax deductible?
What do you think?
Yeah. $2,000 only covers the bare necessities, though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Terry, would you give me your microphone? Thank you. Bob?
Yeah.
I want cameras on alert. Bob, I want you to duck, cover, get to the couch.
Okay.
If the people on the couch, Sheena, Jeff, would you clear the couch for just a second?
What are you going to do?
Oh, there's a little something that
I'm going to be doing an upholstery segment.
All right, let's, cameras on the floor so Bob can get to the couch in 3, 2, 1. Cameras down. Bob,
down.
you're
3,
safe.
2, 1 would be now, camera guys.
Go for it. Go for it. Go, Bob. Go. All right?
He's very agile for a
He's there.
big puppet.
Camera's up. That's fine. Since we saw you last time, the average person hosting Thanksgiving dinner at their home spent $8.79 per guest
Wow.
to get the Thanksgiving dinner together. Also, since we saw you last time, I was hanging out here before the show, and a couple of our Breakfast Time family members, I think probably in reaction to the Beatles anthology last night, we're doing a Beatles tune. And we're doing a lovely job at it. Our own floor director, Craig, and Bob the Puppet.
Wait a minute,
Get your guitar. You got it?
Wait a minute.
All right.
Take your time, Craig.
Oh, you got to get your win?
Can we all sing?
You know what? You can, but let's give them the duet.
Okay.
This is really kind of nice. All right. Do you have your breath back, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay. This as a result of just listening to the two of you before the show, for those of you who missed the Beatles anthology, just a little taste. Craig and Bob. Ready, Bob?
You betcha.
Here we go.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of a dark black night.
Bob and Craig!
Thank you. I hope we pass the audition.
All right. And Ringo on drumsticks in the kitchen.
That's right.
Spencer's spending this Thanksgiving in San Francisco, California. He is appropriately with some people who are spreading the feeling of the holiday with the Silvercrest Center for the Elderly and the Salvation Army Food Delivery Program. Spencer, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and all there in the apartment. We are at the Silvercrest Center, and a lot of people here are what's called shut-ins. Now, it sounds kind of derogatory, but shut-ins are just people who can't leave the room for whatever reason to go to the dining halls, or people out in the community who can't leave to go get a good meal. So there are people here at the Salvation Army that will be meeting shortly that go out and deliver these meals so that they can have a Thanksgiving dinner in their place. So we'll meet some of them and show what they do.
All right, good enough. Phil Kogan, Jillian Hamilton, and Steve Walker will be our correspondents on the street, along with Lori, Bob, and myself for the second annual Breakfast Time Thanksgiving Day Street Crossing. But let's check with, I believe, Phil, who is with Handyman Joe, or near Handyman Joe, actually across Fifth Avenue right now. Phil, can you describe the mood of Fifth Avenue? Have these people come from Asia just for the crossing?
Yes, Tom, you know, we had people from Argentina here the other day. Today it looks like we have some tourists here, I think maybe from Asia, who have come in. They've got their cameras. The excitement is already starting to build. There's only a few of us out here, but already the excitement is built. You can take photographs if you want. We have a bear out here, of course, with Greg, and a couple of spectators already gathered. So I would imagine it's really going to be heating up from now on as people come through and really pick up on the spirit that we have outside here for the annual street crossing.
And it is hours before that crossing.
Yeah. The word has gotten out.
Eat your heart out.
I think they took a wrong turn and they think maybe this is the Macy's birthday.
Oh, no. There's Handyman Joe, and he's still assembling the reviewing stand for the street crossing yet to come on this Thanksgiving edition of Breakfast Time.
Oh, why would you go anywhere else? So much coming up right here on
Was that rhetorical? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right now, let's take a look at what is making headlines across the country.
Thanks, Tom and Lori, and good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Here's what's happening in the Breakfast Time news. I'm sorry, hold on one second. Hang on a sec. A microphone would help.
What?
We're going to start again. I had too much turkey this morning. Let's start again. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Here's what's happening in Breakfast Time News. It looks like you're having to help foot the bill for the partial government shutdown. The White House says taxpayers will shell out $800 million for the 6-day work stoppage. About half of that will go to back pay for the furloughed workers. In some NBA action, Hakeem Olajuwon poured in 28 points to shoot the Houston Rockets past Philadelphia 115-106. Houston takes a 6-game winning streak into tonight's matchup against Indiana. And finally, Macy's annual Thanksgiving Day parade kicked off about an hour ago here in New York City. Officials estimate a crowd of about 2 million is on hand to watch the 5-story floats go by. But that parade isn't the only one. People are coming out in throngs to see this Turkey Day. Everybody here at Breakfast Time is gearing up for our second annual Thanksgiving commemorative street crossing, which kicks off in about an hour and a half. So make sure you stick around for that and stick around for the weather. Jim, what's going on?
Well, there are fair skies from Selma, North Carolina to Jacksonville, North Carolina, and they flank Duplin County, North Carolina, which led the nation in production of turkey, shipping more than 12 million for the holiday. And as if to say thanks, the people in Turkey, Texas get a spiky yellow ball for their holiday. We got some rain from northern Alabama up through New York, and maybe on the Macy's parade, perhaps a dusting of snow in the Dakotas and Nebraska, rain in the Northwest. Let's look at those high temperatures. And as you can see, you'll have to cook your turkey a little longer in Minnesota because it's cold. And that's the weather.
Love that little wart-laden turkey there in the bottom part of the screen.
He's the sponsor of today's weather.
Oh, he is. That's good. Let's meet our family, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like the Cleavers. They really are.
Down, King, down.
Jack, turkey, white meat. No, don't. Hey, look, your day's not over yet, mister. Don't antagonize our co-host here.
Just remember, Jack, it feeds 120.
It's all right, buddy. It's all right. Our visiting family isn't visiting from far today. You know, usually on Breakfast Time we have some of you from around the country join us, but we have our own Breakfast Time family and some of their family members filling up the tables here today. It's great to have you all in one place. You know, if a bomb hits this place, this show's gone.
Yeah, no kidding. All our specialists, all our experts here, and some of their family members. You want to try and go around and get everything?
Yeah, I'll start here. Now, Sheena, how come you're sitting away from your husband?
I don't know. They wouldn't let me sit next to him.
They were squabbling over something.
We'll talk about it later.
Richard, wave so we know we are over by Bob.
Hey.
All right, now can introduce those of you who I don't know and who you're with.
Joe Kelly.
And Joe?
I'm the father of Joe Kelly, who works here.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Okay.
I'm Joe's sister Mia.
Okay.
Joe's mom Dee.
Okay.
I'm Sana. I'm here with Trevor.
You're here with Trevor Kaufman.
Yay,
Computer guy from Voyager.
Hello.
Welcome.
That's Trevor.
Robert and Mary's son.
Aunt Mary, Jim's Aunt Mary is here, and your Aunt Mary's son.
Mary.
All right, Jim, our announcer, yes?
Melanie Schwartz.
And you're here with Steve Schwartz, our coordinating producer. Of course.
Bob Cirillo.
That's right, our FX car guy. Thank you, Nathan.
Nathan
Thank
Newman
you very
joining
much.
us. Of course, a big hand for Aunt Mary, who's back joining us.
You brought pies.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Aunt Mary.
Thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself, young lady?
Jillian Hamilton.
Our FX personal trainer, Patricia Moreno, is here. And who are you, ma'am?
Eleni Triant.
And you're who?
Eleni Triant.
And who you with?
Fred Lozano.
Okay, wonderful, good.
Hey.
And we've got the Weiland sisters over here, Joan and Lydia.
Hey.
Dr. Jeff Dardier, our teen
Dr.
psychologist. And who do you have with you today,
My
Jeff?
wife, Dayanita, my son, Puma Xavier, and Cuvana Electra.
Well, I love those
Beautiful
names.
family,
Too.
yeah.
Great names.
We have Steve Walker and Cassandra Dans, who have an unusual relationship that we'll be coming into later on the show.
I didn't send plans.
Nature. It's nature. It's all natural. And Brooke Stevens, our financial expert as well. Lots of wonderful people here today. We thank you all for taking time out on your Thanksgiving to be with us. Now, Jim, this isn't our traditional family, but when we do have a family joining us in the apartment, how do they go about doing it?
They should write to us at Breakfast Time, P.O. Box 825, Madison Square State station, New York, 10159-0825. Or they should call us at our Sprint-sponsored 800 number, 800-FXFXFX1, or fax us at 212-802-4208, or email us at fxbreakfast@delphi.com, or get a job on the show. Let us know when you're going to be in the New York area, and who knows? You may be invited in for breakfast on Breakfast Time.
All right, thanks so much. And we've got Jennifer Gray. She's coming to join us as well.
We've got a segment, too.
We're doing a segment now? And we've got a lovely segment with Cassandra, who has managed to get free of Steve.
Somehow. Actually, Cassandra's going to help us out, because sometimes you wonder, what are you going to do with your Thanksgiving table to make it look a little different or special? Cassandra's got a very quick and easy way to make it look spectacular.
It's such a busy day, and you don't really want to fuss with a lot. You know, usually I'll show you a big flower arrangement, stuff like that.
No.
My sister-in-law did this, and it was really good. And this is the sister-in-law I like. Did this. Now, what she did is she had a table. She had these little pumpkins. They cost anywhere from 10 to 50 cents. The little baby
They're little
ones.
gourds,
little gourds, little pumpkins. They were actually just pumpkins. And she just set them up on the table like this, sort of across the table in an artistic way, going down the table, and then just put her candles in among them.
Oh, that was pretty.
It was very pretty, very artistic, very, Martha Stewart-y, very classy-looking arrangement, and obviously understated. Now, I want to show you, if you have a little more time, what to do, which is you can take some of these little votive lights and just stick them in the pumpkin. Just stick them in the pumpkin like this.
So you have to hollow them out first.
Yes, that's right. The way you
That makes it a lot easier, yeah.
That's right, because if you don't...
Lori Hibbert, queen of the obvious.
But very important point, Lori, and this segment too is vital to all of our lives anyway, right?
Yes.
So what you do is obviously you take this out, you take a spoon, and you just
out the gunk.
wink. Okay, you got the idea, and then you stick the candle in. Now,
So that's how they do that.
it's so clever. Again, you can get a little more clever. If you want to make a little lantern, it's a prettier little thing, and then you have the votive candle in there.
You did a lantern, yes you are.
That's right. Or if you want to keep the kids busy, you could just have them hollow out these gourds.
Or
and
give
just
them
stick
jobs.
That would be better.
Those are very pretty.
Yeah, and that's really cute.
So all quick and easy ways to decorate your table.
Simple.
Very simple and cheap as well.
Oh, well, that's
Cassandra, we're gonna adorn our table with your idea right here. We thank you very much for being a part of our family today. Cassandra Dance.
Thank you, Cassandra. Eddie Layton, you ready to play us to break? The music of Eddie Layton. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Breakfast time. Stick around.
It's 20 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori, Tom, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer, and here's Tom.
Thanks, Jim. It's Thanksgiving Day. We have our Breakfast Time family members and their family here in the apartment. And we've got a pink gorilla sitting here by the kitchen counter.
Oh, you mean it's really there? Thank you.
I know.
But I got the bad stuffing again.
Don't eat the brown stuffing. Now, it'll be interesting. Those of you who laughed at that, you're showing your age. Let's go out to the street where we once again check on the preparations for the second annual Breakfast Time Thanksgiving Day Street Crossing. I mentioned to those of you who weren't with us last year, we once again tried to secure a parade permit, and we're unsuccessful. Therefore, we'll be crossing Fifth Avenue whenever we get a walk signal.
Yeah.
Phil Kogan is with Handyman Joe working on the review stand. Phil?
Yes, thank you, Tom. Already the atmosphere is starting to build up here. Pedro has turned up this morning, keeping warm.
Pedro!
Soccer skills. Absolutely. He's ready for the famous street crossing. But, Tom, oh, there you go, Pedro. A crossing would not be a crossing without a riser, as you well know. And when we were organizing this event, of course, we had to call in a man who knows all about risers, Handyman Joe here.
There's the famous pole riser. Yeah.
A lot of responsibility today because you are going to be building the riser for Tom and Larry and Bob. Tell me a little bit about the dynamics here and some of the specs.
Well, we put a 4x6 foot platform up, and it was technically difficult because we had a slanted street. I wanted to make this thing as level as possible so they wouldn't be slanted or possibly falling off.
Yeah, Tom, if you come in here and you have a look, you can see he's used recycled pieces here just to level it out, make sure it's nice and level. Also, these bales right here, they're serving two purposes, feed as well as access.
Yeah, it's hiding the fact that the black wasn't long enough, so we put that in front. But what we really needed, though, was we needed steps, so when they come out, they could step on the riser. So instead of building it using wood, we took the bales of hay from across the street from the animal.
I love that, because of course we're going to be having a lot of animals out here. We couldn't have a street crossing without animals. Let's try this 6x4 platform on the top here. Put it up and just see how well Handyman Joe has created this. Tom, your safety along with Laurie's is of the essence out here for this street crossing, and as you can see, Handyman Joe, if you wouldn't mind standing in that corner, we'll just test. All four corners seem to be very stable. You're also going to be working on something for Bob here. You want Bob to be involved?
Oh, we got a real special thing for Bob back here. So when we get it done, we'll come down and show you.
I got a bad feeling about this.
We'll hold out on that one. Tom, I can assure you and Laurie that you will be safe out here. Handyman's on the job. He's part of the drill team that will be doing the street crossing with us today, and we do have a riser ready for the occasion.
All right, Phil and Jim, if you would just show everybody the route that the second annual Breakfast Time Thanksgiving Day Parade street crossing will be taking.
Yeah.
All right, here it actually begins. It begins right here at 212 Fifth Avenue, and then makes, as the Pilgrims did, a right turn. Wait here for the wait light, and then across Fifth Avenue and into Madison Square Park. And by the way, it's west of Gibraltar, south of Ottawa, and east of New Zealand, which is exactly where the first Thanksgiving was held.
Yeah.
Now didn't Leif Erikson make that walk first?
No, you're thinking of Leif Garrett.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's who did it. That's it for the update. We'll check back with our correspondents to give you a sense of the excitement building on this corner of Fifth Avenue. But right now, here's Lori.
Thank you. You're so official today.
I'm in my big event mode.
I noticed that. Yeah. You even wore a jacket today. It's big.
Right.
This is big. We're going to join Spencer Garbett now. He's spending Thanksgiving in the San Francisco Bay Area. Today, he's at the Silvercrest Center for the Elderly, where he's going to help deliver a Thanksgiving meal to a very special lady. Right, Spencer?
Yes, Lori. There are actually over 400 residents here at the center, and their people here are shut-ins, they're elderly, they have some sort of ailment that doesn't enable them to leave their house or leave their room. This is Captain Hu of the Salvation Army. Tell us what the basic aim of the Salvation Army is.
No words better than this words. Sharing is caring, compassion in action. This is the mission of the Salvation Army, sharing the love of God through actions.
Okay, and they also have other programs as well that help with alcohol rehabilitation and that as well, right?
Yes, also seniors, prisoners, shelters for the homeless, you name it. The Salvation Army wanted to serve all those who are in need.
Okay, thank you very much, Captain Hu. What? And in addition to that, Randy here for 32 years has been going out delivering meals every Thanksgiving and Christmas. And why do you do what you do?
It's a way of giving back to the community, Spencer. You're going to help us deliver a meal.
How did you get started?
I got started by the Boy Scouts and the YMCA about 32 years ago. It's a way of giving back to the community. It's not the checkbook charity. It's hand-to-hand, eye-to-eye. This is my good friend Scott Hilton Smith. We started 32 years ago, and we added another member to the crew, my brother. He's the rookie. He's been doing it 24.
Oh, man.
Only 24 years. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to deliver a meal now, and they do this not only to the people here at the center, but also throughout the community to people who can't leave their homes. So we're going to go in.
Hope they know they're coming.
Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they know. This woman here is Nancy McKay, who's been here 20 years, and she has a spine condition, and her bone's very brittle, and osteoporosis, which enables her to be confined to this room. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
She looks beautiful today, Spencer.
She looks gorgeous, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's a veteran. They've had 2 or 3 news crews in here. She knows the whole world. Now, Ray's going to do the presentation here.
Happy Thanksgiving, Mrs. McKay. We have a meal from the Salvation Army.
Okay, so if you'll prepare that meal, and if I could just talk to Nancy here for a second. Now, you've been here for 20 years, and how does it feel to have people come and bring you hot meals here, and what do they do for you at the Salvation Army?
They provide comfort.
Let's see her.
And they provide safety. And the meals are delicious.
Okay, now you've had an active past. You were part of the Grey Panthers, and you've traveled around the world. Is it hard for you at all to be confined to this room at all?
Not anymore. Not anymore. I find that it's very comfortable here, and as I said, I feel very safe. and being able to depend on such delicious meals, and lovely people bringing them to me, it's very nice to stay here.
Well, you seem very happy here. And also, she also has an attendant that comes in and every day gives her a hot meal and spends a little bit of time with her as well. And she also has a great view. We can't show you because the sun's coming up. But we came in and it was like, wow, what a nice spread. You got this gorgeous spread. You're doing all right then here. So she really doesn't want to leave. And is there anything you'd like to say to maybe your family or anything that might be watching?
Happy Thanksgiving, and don't work too hard.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving to the Salvation Army here. And we'd just like to express our appreciation to all the people that are doing the work during the Thanksgiving and the holidays as well. And also like to say that the Salvation Army provides services all year round and not just during the holidays. And that's also, I think, an important thing that some people kind of tend to forget.
Yeah.
Spencer, thank you so much. We look forward to your report next hour. Thank you. Spencer's with folks from the Salvation Army at Silvercrest Center for the Elderly in San Francisco.
She did. She looked good.
She did. Hey, she knows what good color works on television.
That's right.
That turquoise, that's like very good.
So do I, because I'm Munchman. Bob Keeshan's here on this holiday through the magic of videotape with a thought to power us philosophically. Bob?
This from Edge Learning. When we set exciting, worthwhile goals for ourselves, they work in two ways. We work on them, and they work on us.
Good point. I'm looking for another Jennifer Grey sighting, actually.
Is she?
Well, I saw her, you know, she came in with me, and she's not here yet.
Not here yet?
She hasn't seen enough of the show to run screaming from the building yet. I hope not.
Yeah.
What
We
else
haven't
is
even
happening?
sucked the puppet on her yet.
That's
Hey,
true.
The Weilans are here to talk about indigestion. Coincidence? Perhaps. Home stomachics.
Why don't you come over here, sit by me and the dog?
No.
Yeah.
Gee, there's an invitation you don't get every day.
What's your dog's name?
Lulu.
Lulu.
Hi, Lulu. How are you, dude?
Do you like people or do you bite?
No, she's just a vicious gossip.
Oh.
Good. You plan on eating a lot this Thanksgiving, either of you?
Sure.
All right.
Just go with yes.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a segment coming up. This is a segue. Well, you might suffer from all kinds of bodily disorder. And so, I'm killing myself today. And so, we have Joan and Lydia Weiland, the co-authors of Chicken Soup and Other Folk Remedies, here to help us. Really there.
Yeah.
Through Thanksgiving, indigestion, heartburn, and the pains of intestinal stuff.
Yeah.
How are you? Now, first we're going to deal with heartburn and gas, right?
Very prevalent.
Now, this is if you already have it. This isn't a preventive
if you have
thing.
heartburn.
If you got it
Right.
already.
Yeah.
You take coffee grounds and you just take a pinch of them, put them in your mouth, and mix it. Don't do it. Mix it.
It's only fair if we're asking.
We don't want to spit take.
If we're asking you guys to do this at home, if you're I should do this.
Yeah.
I should test this.
Oh, yeah, make it. I think a fistful.
You mix it with your own saliva
Right, put
for
it
about
like-
a minute or two.
where do you put it?
Okay.
In your mouth.
So you don't use someone else's saliva. Okay.
You know, the funny thing is you would think it gives you heartburn, but actually it takes it away. And then you just spit it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'll show you another thing for heartburn.
Tex Bergeron.
Okay, keep the camera on Tom. Keep the camera on Tom.
Take 2 leaves from an iceberg lettuce, which I've already done and I've already put in here. Add 6 ounces of water and puree it. 1 second. Okay.
And this was for what?
This is also for heartburn.
This doesn't turn on.
You know, if you eat
not
enough coffee
working.
grounds, you could do
Anyway,
Walter Brennan.
you puree it.
Yeah.
It's not on.
It's not working.
All right, so it purees.
It purees
Yeah.
and you get a thick green drink and you drink it.
All right, you drink it.
And-
Adam, will you plug this in?
Really.
Sorry, we just had enough money for the lights.
Puree this, make a drink out of it.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Okay.
Now this is also for heartburn and gas.
Right.
Yeah.
This
Now,
is
this a
for
cause or a
heartburn.
cure? Which is this?
This is a cure. This
Oh,
is
okay.
very soothing. We haven't pureed it enough, but anyway.
It's not bad with Tabasco.
Don't swallow.
It doesn't taste badly.
It's just
Have you had this at all?
Yeah, we've used it in our family for a long time. It's terrific when you puree it. It's
Let's go over here.
This way.
It's conflicting with the coffee grounds.
We're going to talk about gas over here.
We're going to talk about gas. Everybody put on your best smile.
We're only doing one remedy for gas.
All right.
Go ahead.
This is great aloe vera gel. This is really wonderful for the whole system. And what you do is you take a tablespoon after the big meal, or anytime you feel the air bubbles that are trapped in your stomach.
And if you don't want to drink it like this, you can put a little water in and just sip it down. It's really
swallow it. No, you swallow it.
Okay, keep the camera on time. Camera on time.
Okay.
Those coffee grounds are starting to look pretty good, aren't they, Tom?
These things are good. These are
prevention.
Right. These are for prevention. These fruits are tropical fruits. The kiwi, the papaya, the mango juice that we have here, and papaya pills over there.
I'm going to have some mango juice to wash this down.
Okay, these have healing enzymes in them, the tropical fruits. And if you have them as dessert at the end of your meal, they'll help you digest your meal.
Pineapple also.
All right, we have one over here. Let's move over.
If you don't have any of those, you could pop a few papaya pills. And these are like candies. These are delicious.
Oh, no, not papaya.
Chew them. Don't swallow. Chew them.
All right, where are we going over here?
Over here.
What do you have for ptomaine?
Okay, right over here. If you have a stomach ache, just to relieve like a temporary stomach ache, what you do, Mia volunteered to be our stomach ache person.
Oh, good.
She's doubling over with pain. All she has to do is gently massage the outside of her legs, right under the kneecaps, right
And when you
below
first
the
start, it
kneecaps.
really feels very rough, and as it gets more and more eased, so does your stomach pains.
So the outside of your legs helps your
The
stomach?
outside, right under your knees.
Jennifer, you get this?
No, I get the stomach
the way
pain.
Patricia's doing
Try
it.
the leg thing.
Well, you really got to try
I'm always
it.
just like this.
But you really got to try
Rub
this.
your
It really, right over here. Right over here.
Just like with your
Deep.
fingers?
Yeah.
Just right
really
there.
deep. Right.
Like
And
a
you'll
little
see
joint.
In the hard
And when
part of the joint or the soft part of the calf?
Softer part, where under the kneecap.
Under the kneecap, right.
This works much
And
better
you'll
if
find
a
that it
puppet
really
does
feels
it.
tender, it feels terrible, and it starts to...
Some proven remedies from two sisters in the Federal Witness Relocation Program. Joan and Lydia Weiland, co-authors of Chicken Soup and other stomach-wrenching folk remedies. Happy Thanksgiving. Lori?
Oh, Tom.
Wow.
What's up, Bob?
On our next segment, we'll have a cure for the remedies, Lauren. Stay tuned.
Right now, let's take a look at some of today's top stories. Breakfast Time News. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jane Fergus. Here's what's happening with Breakfast Time News. The husband of Utah Congresswoman Enid Waltholtz is reportedly considering copping a plea. The Los Angeles Times quotes sources who say Joseph Waltholtz will plead guilty to lesser fraud charges in exchange for testimony against his wife. The hustle and bustle of Thanksgiving travel has brought record crowds to at least one airport. So far, more than 100,000 people have walked, run, and squeezed through terminals at San Francisco International. That's well above last year's crowd. The first family traveled this morning to Camp David for a long Thanksgiving weekend. They're planning a traditional feast with a turkey and all the trimmings. President Clinton and the First Lady got into the spirit yesterday by helping serve dinner at a homeless shelter in Washington. And finally, it's one sweet Thanksgiving day for pop singer Mariah Carey. Her single with the group Boyz II Men, One Sweet Day, debuts at #1 this week on the Billboard charts. That makes Carey the first artist to have consecutive singles debut at #1. That's a quick look at what's making news for this Thanksgiving Day. Now here's Jim with Turkey Day weather.
And Plymouth, Massachusetts only gets a partial spiky yellow ball today in spite of production of 1.5 million hundredweight of cranberries, without which how would so many of us get sauced? Now, of those tons of cranberries, Cranston, Rhode Island will be eating plenty of them. And they also share that fluffy cotton and spiky yellow ball. We have some snow in the Dakotas and Nebraska, a little bit of rain up from the Gulf all the way along the Alleghenies into New York and in the Northwest. Let's look at those high temperatures. And actually, we have the only Thanksgiving kind of color we have is the cranberry of 50s, which are schmutzed across the country. That's Thanksgiving Day weather.
Are you celebrating a little early family there, Jim?
Yahoo!
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing more exciting than reading the home section of the Times. What are you looking at?
That's right. Why do you make the print move like this?
He knows we're going to be sending him to a home. So.
A little mailbag music, please, Maestro.
Now.
Oh, yeah.
Way, yeah, Mr. Postman.
Oh, Mr.
Postman, look and see. Oh, yeah.
Fill the bag for me.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just play the song.
We don't want to read anything.
Let's get Jennifer to dance.
Look, she has a dirty dancing dog. All right.
Actually, this is a special letter.
You know what? I think if Jim's a little off today, it's because he's always a little nervous when his aunt.
That's right.
is here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aunt Mary, Jim's real Aunt Mary from Jersey City, New Jersey, who is one of our extended family members here on Breakfast Time. Now, Aunt Mary, this letter is. Oh, that's the Aunt Mary theme. I'm sorry. Hey, you're nailing those song cues down there. She was at a school, right? You gave a
Yes, I
talk.
was up invited. It was Senior Month.
Yeah, use your
Senior
microphone.
Citizen Month.
Uh-huh.
And the teacher invited me to talk about FX, actually, and breakfast.
You know how
time
hard it is
because
to
they
get an
knew-
Italian who gestures all the time to keep the microphone steady?
Better help her.
Yeah. She knocked out two people next to her.
They had it
And
coming.
they had my daughter tapes the show all the time,
Yeah.
Carrie, you know.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
illegal,
brought
you
a
know.
little
They ran a
the
clip?
of it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And since the kids met me, 27 more families are watching FX.
Yeah.
And then they're telling their friends about it. So it's nice to say hello to Karen, and Mrs. Wojcik has the teacher. And Mrs. P is my
We're
daughter,
off
Karen.
at noon, you know.
Yeah.
Easter.
Okay, well, we have a letter.
Yeah, we can talk to those 27 families individually at this rate.
The letter that the class wrote to
Wrote to
you
me.
is here.
Yeah.
Dear Aunt Mary, thank you for coming to our class. It was nice having you here. Some of us watched Breakfast Time after your visit. You are a nice lady. We now know that some senior citizens are very useful.
Well, isn't that good?
Kids can learn a lot from
Yeah.
older people.
Some of them have more than one use, you know.
Maybe our class will go to your TV station when our behavior gets better. Thanks to Mrs. P for your coming. I hope Mrs. P brings you here again. Love, Mrs. Wojcik Hess's class. And then they all signed it. That's a wonderful
There you
letter.
They
go.
all signed it.
Thanks,
We
Aunt
sent
Mary.
t-shirts.
Tom,
T-shirts for the whole class, says Paul Shavel,
That's
and he's in a
wonderful.
very
Tom,
generous.
they'd like to know if they can make a field trip and be guests
That'd be
here.
great. Of course they can.
Yeah, sure. $5 a head.
Just
Sure.
right.
How about just t-shirts? Jim, how do people write and fax us so they too can have their letters read on the air?
They write to us at Breakfast Time, P.O. Box 825, Madison Square Station, New York, New York, 10159-0825, or they can call us on our Sprint-sponsored 800 number, 800-FXFX1, or fax us at 212-802-4208, or email us at fxbreakfast@delphi.com. If we read your letter on the air, you get the T-shirt in the mail. Hey, wait a minute, it's a little dinky T-shirt, isn't it?
No, it's big.
Fine one.
Oh, it's a big,
Wow.
a huge T-shirt.
Yes. More coming up, Jim.
Indeed. As a matter of fact, what to do with your pets at Thanksgiving, and of course the even more perplexing question, what do you do if your pet's a turkey?
Uh-oh.
Right, Jim?
That's right. And from Dirty Dancing to the West Side Walls, Jennifer Gray knows how to cut a rug, and she's cutting it on Breakfast Time. It's 14 minutes to the top of the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori, Tom, Bob, the puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer. And here's Lori, and Tom, and Bob, and Jennifer Gray.
And a special guest on Thanksgiving.
Did you hear that?
No.
But noted producer Paul Shavelson just comes by. You know, his job is to make us sort of up for the show to help
Yeah.
kind of, stoke the
Mr.
fires.
Peppy.
So he comes by and he just crushes me in one comment. During our Thanksgiving Day street crossing, we were going to surprise all of you with the cabbie that we talked a bit about last week. The cabbie who is a fine cabbie, not one of the 10 worst cabbies in New York, but certainly the most unfortunate cabbie in New York, the man with the name Maboob Butt. And Maboob Butt was actually mabooked for the show, and he's He's missing right now.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's not that he's not coming.
No, he's late. He's late.
He's late?
So there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, he better get his maboob in gear and get over here.
Oh, yeah.
He's stuck in traffic.
Yeah, probably.
He's doing the Macy's parade first.
Keep our fingers crossed that he'll be here.
He's taking the $5,000 ride to Kennedy Airport.
Little word of the day for us, Jim?
Yes. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive. This is the beginning of a standard prayer which will be spoken across the nation later today, in which we recognize a spiritual content in even the food we eat. It is a way of saying good to the meal, and in that sense it is, maestro, a benediction.
Ah, of course.
And a benediction is a blessing, but what it really means is saying good. So anytime you speak well, you are blessing that which you speak well of.
Yeah.
And that's the word of the day.
And who chose the music for the word of the day?
You speak well your way, I'll do it mine.
Our musical director, Heather Delight.
Let us give thanks for plastic surgery and a little work at Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So if you speak well, you're saying good. Is the
That's
way
right.
it boils down.
You're blessing.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a blessing.
We have a lot of pets, including Lulu,
Yeah.
Jennifer's dog Lulu here, and of course Steve Walker's co-host of the Pet Department, Jack. And it begs the question, here comes another one of those segues.
Okay.
It begs the question, if you've got pets and you've got a Thanksgiving dinner and you're feeling generous, should you be feeding your pet, particularly your dog, part of your Thanksgiving dinner? Steve?
No!
Happy holiday.
Hi, happy Thanksgiving.
I thought you might be going there, and there are some real important reasons that deal with the safety and health of your
It
pet.
seems like every time I'm talking about this, I'm always wagging my finger and saying, don't do this, don't do this. Let me go through the things you're not supposed to do, explain why, because there are some serious reasons, and then I'll tell you the things that you can do. And even the things that you might think are harmless, like salted nuts. You're hanging out, waiting for the turkey to get done. You think, oh, I'll just give Jack, a salted nut. Remember, the dog's body weight is much lower than yours, and if they're prone to hypertension, just like people, the salt on the salted nuts can trigger a reaction and actually cause heart problems in them. So salted nuts.
Even a little bit?
Absolutely, and that's the thing. Especially look at Lulu. She's a little tiny, what, 5 pounds or something over there?
9.
9 pounds?
You gave her like a handful.
She wears it very well.
Solid muscle.
Yeah.
A handful of salted nuts. It has a huge amount of salt and really can trigger a reaction. Same with salted potato chips.
And it makes them want a beer, too.
Bones, that's a big one. I've talked to a lot of people who have given their dog a bone after the dinner is over. You'd think, oh, it's a dog, I can give him a bone. It has actually led to a lot of deaths of a lot of pets because they break the bone gets stuck a lot of times in their palate, in the back of their throat, and you may not even know it, but then they're unable to eat and they're going to have serious problems. The bone goes farther in, it can break, it can poke through certain parts, cause internal bleeding. Really, really a big no.
How's it going, Allison?
Yeah, don't mind us.
Don't mind us. We'll just keep doing the show.
Hey, Steve?
Yeah?
Isn't the rule generally, and don't give your dog any bone that can splinter of any kind?
That's right, but even big bones can splinter.
Now, is part of it that if they're eating dog food regularly, that their intestines or their whole digestive system isn't equipped to handle people food?
Absolutely, and different dogs are different. Jack, for example, if you gave him a little bit of people food, he has a very sensitive stomach, and he'll probably throw up later, which is going to ruin your Thanksgiving. You don't want to have to deal with that. Also, raw meat or undercooked meat, they're prone to salmonella, just like we are. Chocolate, how many times do I have to say, chocolate is chocolate?
I'd get the greatest look from Steve Peart. We'd be in meetings and stuff and be talking about Jack, and I'd say, oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of chocolate for him, and Steve would level me with a glare.
The chemical is called theobromide, and one brownie, okay, this one right here, if we fed this to Lulu, it could cause a heart attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I'm
People,
very upset with all this talk.
I'm sorry, but we won't.
That's all right. She didn't hear it.
We won't do
Using her
that.
as an example.
The small. I'm just using her as an example because she's a small dog. That's all. But a very cute dog.
No, I don't know. I sense hostility here. Right?
I'm getting in trouble. And the stuff that you mentioned about not feeding the dog from the table, just because it's a holiday, don't do it. What I suggest is don't lock the dog in another room. room because he wants to be with the whole group. Keep him in the room, but give him a toy, put him in the corner, give him something to do to occupy himself while you're eating dinner, and he'll be a lot happier. If you have to feed him something, just a little piece of bread after the whole meal's over, and maybe
at least dab it in gravy.
Okay, all
right. Steve Walker, our FX guy, and Jack, the dog. No, Jack. No,
Jack.
You weren't listening.
How about that lettuce juice?
You want some coffee grinds?
Let's put our hands together as we have an official welcome for Jennifer. Nice to join us on Thanksgiving. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We know this is a big day for for family and stuff. We're glad you could join us with our family and do stuff. You have a terrific movie that's going to air tonight on CBS from 9 to 11. It's called The West Side Waltz. I watched it last night. It's a wonderful story.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
And your co-stars. These two, I don't know if you've ever heard of these people, but they're very talented actresses. There's Liza Minnelli.
And this newcomer, Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine.
No, I don't think so, no.
And it's Kathy Bates, I think her name is, like that. Academy Award winners.
Robert Pastorelli. I don't know. I mean,
terrific cast.
A lot of unknowns, but I think it's gonna make a big difference in their careers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This will really break them. I think they'll go big after this. I heard that Shirley MacLaine really stopped for you on this one.
Well, actually, she was. There was a lot of resistance to. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just paying attention.
Okay.
Sorry.
Something wrong with having a puppet, a chicken, and a gorilla?
No, I love it.
Turkey.
What turkey?
Just ignore the 200-pound capon.
So they weren't really ready to give me the part just because I auditioned well for the director. So I came in and read with Shirley and Liza, and then they decided that they wanted me for the part. Shirley and Liza did. So Shirley boycotted rehearsals until they
hired you.
Yeah. So we dig a woman like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Someone with a little bit of power. Let's take a look at a clip. The West Side Waltz, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay.
Why would you be interested in this sort of situation? Being young and pretty and, pardon the expression, white.
You don't want to know.
Yes, I do, actually.
First of all, I'm an actress. I knew it. Thank you. I'm from Brooklyn, which you might be able to tell. I lived in Connecticut for a while in case I seem a little mental. I was married 7 years, so I've had housekeeping experience, and then my husband became gay.
Became what? The love that dare not speak.
Wow. Oh, you missed the best part of that clip is at the very end, Shirley MacLaine goes, oh, gay. Oh, like, of course. I understand.
Yeah.
I love your Robin Loiseau.
Yeah.
Actress.
It's French for bird.
Yes.
Robin Loiseau, which I made up.
Is it hard? I mean, she's a pretty bad actress at the beginning of this.
I think I never become a good actress. I just want to be a famous soap star. And Shirley MacLaine, who I work for, I kind of take care of her and live with her like a companion because she's getting older and she has arthritis. So she feels guilty, like, having someone take care of her. So she decides to take it upon herself to become my mentor.
Your coach.
My coach, and to make me a great actress and send me to Juilliard so I can, know the classics and do Shakespeare. And I don't want to. I just want to be like, Susan Lucci. So,
a fine ambition.
Yeah, well, she's a fine actress.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's not, where she wanted me to go. Right. So what I find is that all those things that I had wanted in life, those things I thought would make me happy, fame, fortune, stardom, all that stuff, that it is not what I want. That what I want to do is just be comfortable with myself. Yeah. And that I don't have to do that to be there.
Yeah, but there are some great moments where you have these monologues and you just deliver them so horribly. Does it go against everything, or is that just another part of acting?
It's so much fun. It's like when I did Dirty Dancing. I mean, I was a dancer. I mean, I'd danced since I was 5, but I had to act like I couldn't dance. It's very hard and very fun to do stuff like that. To do bad acting, but not have it be too bad so you look like you're really trying. It's nice. Yeah. It's fun.
Now, there's a lot of synergy on this movie because you knew Liza Minnelli from when you were a kid, and she worked with your father, Joel Grey, on Cabaret.
Yeah.
So it must have been terrific to come full circle and work with her.
Well, it was just such a sense of family, of kind of showbiz family. It's, my dad's Joel Grey, his father's Mickey Katz. My dad did Cabaret with Liza. When I was 9, she taught me how to do Money Makes the World Go Round. When I was 9 years old in Munich. And then Shirley and Liza knew each other because Liza knew Shirley from when she was 9, when she was in a movie that was directed by Vincent Minnelli.
Vince Minnelli, that's right.
Was Liza's dad. So it's just had a very nice sense of family and about
kind of continuity.
Yeah, something that you don't really get a lot in Hollywood, so it probably was really nice. Just want to give you one quick plug, too. Jennifer's up for an ACE Award, a Cable ACE Award for Diamond Dance, which was a Showtime movie that she did. It's going to repeat on December 10th.
Yeah, I think at 10 o'clock on Showtime.
That's right. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed for you for that.
Thank you.
If you could hang out and join us in our parade,
I would love
it. And we thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having
me. And again, the West Side Waltz is on tonight on CBS from 9 to 11. Do check it out. It's very, very good. Thank you for being here.
Can
Thank you.
I did this last year and it worked. Let's see if I can go 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Jennifer, would you be the Grand Marshal of our second annual Breakfast Time Thanksgiving Street Crossing? Would you?
Who cares about that ACE Award?
Wow. See, that's how you do it, folks. Ask them when the cameras are on them. When we come back, would you like to have a camera on a loved one over the holidays? Well, if you have a computer and a phone, it could be all you need. Right, Jim?
That's right. Thanksgiving and home video conferencing is a new way to do it. And it's coming up on Breakfast Time. It's 1 minute past the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom, Lori, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I am the announcer, and here's Tom.
This is a fascinating piece of software that I had not heard about. Trevor Kaufman, who is the online director for Voyager Company and a regular member of our Breakfast Time family, is here with us. If you'd like to see family members and chat with them, but you think, well, those people who make those video phones will never get their act together, all you need is a regular phone and a computer, right, Trevor?
Exactly. This is actually a piece of hardware and software.
It's hardware and software,
right.
Okay.
It's a complete solution for around $800 that comes with the camera, a modem, and a microphone, so you can do video conferencing.
Now, we are currently beaming our little signal to a turkey farm, Ronnie Lee's turkey farm in Hightstown, New Jersey. Now, you should explain why the picture is a bit jerky here.
We can only
there's a straight line, Bob. Take it as you will.
Speak for itself, Tom. We can only get about 5 frames a second. Regular video's 30 frames a second. That's why it looks jumpy, because we're digitizing this video, compressing it, and sending it over a phone line along with our voices.
Ronnie, are you watching us at the turkey farm right now? Let me get into frame for you.
Yeah,
Hi,
we're watching you right here.
Now, you have how many left of the 5,000 pre-Thanksgiving turkeys that you had?
I have 1,300 turkeys right now.
Yeah.
Still walking around.
Now, Lori theorized earlier that those 1,300 turkeys are breathing a premature sigh of relief.
They got about 30 days, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're already whispering about Christmas now. Huh?
We don't tell them anything about that.
Now, I thought it was curious that your turkeys actually are born in Ohio.
That's right. The word's not born, it's hatched.
Hatched,
yeah.
All right, sorry. This turkey terminology always throws me. Now, at least they get to see some of the country before you lop their heads off, I suppose. That's a good thing.
I bring them here in vans when they're a day old, and I take care of it from then on.
Can we get William Corbin, our Pentium producer, to run behind you and grab a turkey to take back to our FX apartment?
Oh, sure, why not?
All right, William, go grab a turkey. And for those of you who have a computer and a telephone, is this the only hardware-software package that could do this?
Well, you can use your own modem and video camera.
All hell's breaking loose! All right.
They were
Oh, the first fly an hour, should we say? You got one!
I'll go preheat at 450.
Yeah, we got one, all right.
Ronnie Lee at the Hightstown, New Jersey Turkey Farm, joining us via the ShareVision PC 3000.
Exactly right.
We're getting ready for our own Thanksgiving dinner. Trevor Kaufman from
Trevor.
Voyager Company. Thanks, Trevor. Good job.
Stay right where you are. Do not go anywhere. We've got 1 full hour breakfast time left, including our Thanksgiving Day crossing.
The average Thanksgiving dinner at home this year will include 12 people, with turkey the #1 entree. Favorite pie, pumpkin, most popular side dish, mashed potatoes, and the most ignored celebrities in the nation today are Jenny Craig, Susan Powder, and Richard Simmons. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori Hibbert, Tom Bergeron, and Bob the Puppet. My name's Jim, and I'm the announcer. To say good morning, here's a cast of thousands.
The Grand Marshal of our crossing, Jennifer Gray.
Yes.
Oh, you got it? Oh, that's fantastic.
She's done this before.
All right, you want to go right to the big event here? Get a sampling?
Yeah, let's just say, first of all, that our trio from Rio here, our 3 FX therapists, are going to help us through the holiday kind of blues when you have to go home and be a kid again. Your parents are treating you like a child.
More Larry therapy.
The second annual Breakfast Time Thanksgiving Day Street Crossing. Another year, another failed attempt at a parade permit. Let's go out to Jillian Hamilton, one of our street crossing correspondents, to get an update in the corner of 5th and 26th Streets. Jill?
Lori and Tom, I'm standing right in front of the entrance to our building on 26th Street. I'm making my way through those. The people are obviously lining up for the parade. We have 3 people here. Producer Paul Shavelson recognizes them.
Cricket?
Do you know Paul Shavelson?
I think so. I'm the go-go in the family.
Okay, well, once you make your way, go on in. They'll be coming down a little bit later for the parade. The parade's going to be going 264 feet, going down. Thank you. Came down to Thanksgiving. Why don't you come with me, Pedro? We're going to be taking down 26th Street, where the other guests and our other crossing participants are going to meet Steve Walker, who's over here. You come up over here, and I hand off the mic to you.
Thanks very much. You know, Jillian, one of the most exciting moments, of course, are the floats that are in our parade. And we have this music. Now, I understand that this float is up for the coveted Judges Award this year, so we'll see if that happens. We've also got a couple of folks back here who went to that other parade this morning. What was the name of it? The
Gimbal.
Something like that. How was the parade this morning? Cold. Very cold. And is Willard Scott really bigger in person than he is on TV? Double the size. I thought so. They put the strings on him and then they... and standing by on the corner, I believe, is Phil Kogan, who is overseeing that part of the parade. Phil.
Yes, thank you very much, Steve. I'm right on the far corner here, and we're currently under testing the riser. If you wouldn't mind testing, we got Bob here. We figured he was a good test, weighing in at close to 300 pounds here, testing the riser for you. And it's very difficult to describe the atmosphere out here. As you can see, cars are still whizzing through. Sorry, Tom, it's very difficult to hear you. The crowd is going crazy. It's hard to believe, but they are. Cars, everything coming through. I'm just moving through the course here to make sure that everything is safe, and we've taken you through the whole course here now, and we're all looking forward to Jennifer Gray coming out here with Lulu, the newly appointed marshal of this street crossing. I have my phone. Here we have a couple of people just testing the course here. Reporters on the scene. We will be bringing this to you live here on Breakfast in our own very special way. We'll be back shortly.
All right, I'll tell you, huh?
I want to know that they walk with the lights. They walk with the lights, and that's what we all intend to do.
We should jack up your cable rates just for today. Let's go to Spencer Garbutt in San Francisco, California, with the Silvercrest Center for the Elderly and the Salvation Army Food Delivery Program. Spencer?
Can't hear you, Spencer. Turn your mic.
We blew all our audio out on no, we can't hear you yet.
Yeah, hi, I'm got this job because...
You got me?
There we go.
Yes? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Phew! TV's easy. Try making 3,000 meals in 3 hours, which is exactly what's going on here. All these volunteers have come out to help deliver those 3,000 meals. So they're all going to be packing the meals, cook, package, and talk to some of the volunteers to find out how they do.
All right, Spencer. Thanks a lot.
All that coming up.
Action-packed.
Yeah. Oh, action-packed. Stay right where you are right now. Time for a little breakfast time news.
All right.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm Jane Fergus with Breakfast Time News. As we prepare for our big street crossing, volunteers around the country are showing their thanks today by preparing dinners for the less fortunate. One of the biggest charity events is in San Antonio, where turkey and all the trimmings are being cooked up for thousands of homeless people. The woman convicted of killing singing star Selena will be spending her Thanksgiving behind bars. Yolanda Saldivar started serving her life term in a Texas prison yesterday. Well, as you know, it's a big day for football. There are 2 NFL games on tap. Detroit faces Minnesota, then Kansas City takes on the Cowboys. And finally, if you're planning to visit New York's famous Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center, take note. Last year, 2 men tried to set the tree on fire, so now high-tech security cameras and a metal fence are part of the display. That's a quick look at what's making news. Now here's Jim with the...
In every state in the union, which makes them real happy, in Pumpkin Center, Arizona, where they get an nice spiky yellow ball. We got some snow in the Dakotas and Nebraska, rain in the Northwest, and rain along the Alleghenies up through New York. Let's look at those high temperatures. Not a bad day, really. That's the weather.
Thanks, Jim. Looks good. Love those cranberry 50s. More to come. We're going to talk to our FX Brain Trust about how to deal with going home for the holidays. And as we go out, what are we going to do?
I don't know, Trevor, can you get that turkey shot for us from the computer?
We have
I don't know if you can call that through the main control, but let's take a look at some turkeys who think they've made it through the worst of it. Little do they know, this is a holiday season.
There's no place like home for the holiday, but doesn't make you revert to your childish behavior, suppressing your inner child. It's 14 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori, Tom, Bob, the puppet, and me, Jim. I am the announcer. And here's Lori and a cast of thousands.
A cast of thousands. We've got some great advice for you today. A lot of you are probably dreading that trip home for the holidays because inevitably you revert to being a child again. God bless you.
Bless you.
And Jill, and you hate yourself for it. You don't know why you do it. But boy, do we have help for you today. We are chock full of therapists. We've got Sheena Henkin, our FX therapist, Nathan Newman, our relationship expert,
Hello,
and Dr.
Newman.
Jeff Gardier, our teen psychologist, and they are all here to help you through the holidays.
Yeah, it's a shrink-rich environment.
It is a shrink-rich environment. Sheena, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
I mean, do we do this to ourselves, or do our parents do it to us?
Well, it's natural. I mean, psychology for years has tried to fool us that human beings seek happiness. Forget it. They really seek familiarity. And what's familiarity about, Laurie? Family. So when we go home, we're going to familiarly react to our family with the same feelings, thoughts, and behaviors we always did.
And the stupid patterns that you've been in for
Oh,
years.
you've got it.
Yeah.
You got it. So it's natural.
Is there any way to avoid it?
Yes, there are. And I think the best way to avoid it is to be aware of the 3 traps we fall into. And the 3 traps go like this. 1, our parents will definitely ask us intrusive questions. Are you still dating that jerk? You know, are you going to get a real job? And they will criticize us. What did you do to your hair?
You're too thin.
You're too thin.
You're
Oh
too
yeah.
fat.
I
There
get
we
the
go.
too thin one. And worst of all, they'll guilt trip us by complaining. My mother says, you know, my friend Brenda's daughter lives right next door, and she spends all her time with her mother, and you live across the Atlantic. Whine, whine, whine. And I'm supposed to feel guilty. Those are the 3 traps to avoid.
Okay.
Here's what to do. You've got to be a politician, because Thanksgiving's no time to fix this. You've got to be like Bill Clinton and slip out of it. Let's not talk about my hair today. I'll have another piece of turkey, right? How much am I earning? I'm $1 ahead of the IRS. And with the guilt, agree with them. Agree with the guilt tripping. Say, yes, some mothers have all the luck.
Yeah. She's a good daughter, obviously.
Yeah. Agreeing really stops it, though. It really does.
So, Nathan, what about if you're going home with your partner and your partner starts reverting into a childhood phases? What do you do to...
Well, I sort of echo what Sheena said in terms of diffusing the situation rather than confronting it. I mean, I think the best thing you can do is to sort of remain neutral or objective and, you know, tear that person away from either the football game or out of the kitchen. Go out for a walk, get a little air, give them an opportunity to vent a little bit. Right. Don't be judgmental, because there are complex family relationships and history you haven't been privy to, but just give them a chance, be supportive, and be sort of a sounding board for them. You know, and also remind them that this will be over in a couple days.
Hopefully, anyway. Does anybody have any holiday? Jennifer, are you going home to see anybody?
Actually, my mom's and brothers are in LA, and my dad's here, so I'm going to have dinner with my dad today and go home to LA tomorrow.
Do you find even though you're an accomplished actress on your own, you become daddy's little girl again when you see him?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, there is that, you know, desperate desire for approval that just doesn't seem to go away no matter how old you get.
Give it up. Give it up.
Give it up. Dr. Jeff, if you're a teenager, maybe someone is away the first year of college and you're coming home for the holidays, you know your parents are going to treat you like a kid even though you've been on your own. What do you do?
And that's the thing, and it's good to diffuse the issues, the other shrinks have said, but oftentimes with teenage rebelliousness, we don't allow that to happen. So I encourage the teens, they can confront the situation, but the way that they confront it, the way they make the interpretation, and how they say what's going on will show the parents that they have matured, they have grown up, and they'll get a lot more respect that way.
As long as they don't bring their laundry home.
Exactly.
Because that's sort of the mixed mess. Now, Cassandra, do you have trouble treating your son like an adult?
No, actually, I think I treat him quite a bit like an adult, too. In fact, I'm a perfect mother to him.
Why is he biting his cheek?
Yeah.
You've got a microphone. You're allowed to say something.
No, it's just, I really don't know. It's just something that, in the way, I think it's in the way she looks at me. It makes me kind of uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
She looks at me, makes me uncomfortable.
We've all had that look from Cassandra.
Now that's good. He diffused it and avoided it.
Sheena, final word from you.
Well, my final word is act like an adult. Don't eat too much. That will make you feel good. Don't drink too much. And don't lie on the sofa watching the game while Mummy takes care of you and expect me to treat you like an adult. And don't forget to take a gift and say thank you. Just like a guest, not like a kid.
Very good idea. And have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family as we're having with ours. Thank you all for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Tom?
Hey, Laura, you watched the Beatles anthology last night, didn't you?
I did.
It's just wonderful. It concludes tonight, I guess. And at the end, how they're just making us crazy. They have the little clock that ticks how many more seconds until the new Beatles song. Let's check with the booth. How many more minutes until the second annual Breakfast Time Thanksgiving Day Street Crossing, Chuck? 10 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be sending all of our family members to the street and, of course, any random pink gorillas it might be in the apartment. What else, Jim?
If the people won't come to Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving comes to the people. The Salvation Army in San Francisco coming up on Breakfast Time. It's 22 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom, Lori, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer. And now, here's Tom.
Please assemble in the main apartment area. Please assemble. How about another hand for our Grand Marshal, Jennifer Gray? She's been rescheduling her day since I asked her on the air.
Can I tell you something? Jennifer should maybe have a little chance to see what it is she's getting herself in for.
Oh, when the Saints come marching in,
I want to be. Come on.
Wow. I thought Shirley MacLaine was the only person who could channel stuff.
We're going to show you a little clip of what happened at our first annual Thanksgiving Day crossing.
This will bring a tear to your eye.
We have
a walk. We have a walk. Very nice. Oh, yes. David Hartman with Tom Turkey on this Thanksgiving spectacular. Bill, what do we have here?
Remote-controlled cars here where some of our staff are driving these. We don't have a permit for these either, Tom, but we're going ahead anyway. And look, have you seen our pleasant friend right here, this furry little creature?
Head of the 90s, ladies
Joining
and
in the
gentlemen,
parade.
crossing 5th Avenue here at 26th Street.
All right, we have
Watch
to
the
hold.
llama.
Oh,
wow.
You think that's good?
Can that be topped?
Wait, you bet. Please all Breakfast Time family members and extended family members, and those of you reporting from the street, Jim, would you please exit the apartment and get in parade position?
Wow.
Pardon me, in street crossing position.
Means it's really going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody assembles. We're going to check in with James Burger one more
Exit in an
time.
orderly
What's
fashion,
happening?
please. Leave the food in.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I'm coming down right after the news. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jane Fergus. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, the cold isn't keeping the crowds away from the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. An estimated 2 million spectators have lined the streets to watch the dozens of floats, bands, and dancers go by. We're all getting ready for our very own second annual Breakfast Time commemorative crossing. It's coming up in just a few minutes, so make sure you stick around. Meanwhile, if you're a teacher, you might want to head to the front of the class in Alaska. The Wall Street Journal reports Alaska pays a starting salary of $32,000 a year. That's higher than any other state. And finally, Garth Brooks wants to be part of your Thanksgiving. He and his band will make a live guest appearance on the Fox NFL special pregame show this afternoon. That's a quick look at the news. Now here's Turkey Day weather with Jim.
That's right. And between Minnesota and North Carolina, they produce 100 million turkeys a year. But now Minnesota gets cold weather, North Carolina gets warm weather. Is that fair? Well, it doesn't matter because the folks in Turkey, Kentucky are grateful for the turkeys anyway, not for the rain. That's up the Alleghenies, rain in the Northwest, a little bit of snow in the Dakotas and Nebraska. Let's look at the high temperatures. Now you can see things are actually fairly moderate for this time of year across the country. That's the weather.
Jane Fergus. Jane Fergus.
Yes?
Please leave your news desk for the parade route.
Take Lucy with you.
All right, Lucy, you're going too. Lucy, the news writer. Go down to the club. Time for the parade. Hang up the phone. Get little Ricky. All right, Laura, I'm gonna take the bobster. I'm gonna go down too.
Okay, you guys be careful. I'm going to stay up here for one more segment, and then we'll be ready for our parade. Stay with us, please.
The quality of compassion in action. Praise the Lord and pass the turkey dinner. Coming up on Breakfast Time.
I mean, hundreds, even thousands, I think, of meals for this special day, right, Spencer? Spencer? Spencer can't hear me. Spencer, can somebody tell?
Hi.
Hi. Spencer?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Woo, a lot going on here.
But I need your microphone.
A lot going on here, so we'll make it quick.
Okay.
We're at the Harbor Light Center here, and they're cooking 3,000 meals in about 3 hours. This is Michael here, and you were a professional chef for 10 years, and now you're cooking for the Salvation Army. Can you tell me how you made that transition?
Yeah, I've been in recovery myself for about 6 years, and
from substance abuse as part of the Salvation Army?
Yes, from substance abuse, and it's recovery is a wonderful way of life, and part of living in recovery is being able to work in a place where you can incorporate some of the principles of helping others.
And he wants to give something back now. So today you're undertaking quite a task, which is 3,000 meals in 3 hours. Now you have a little trick for the turkey here. For anyone who's fallen behind in there, you making, tell us your trick.
Well, what we needed to do was cook 3,500 pounds of turkey, and we needed to cut that time in half. So what we did was cut the turkey in half.
Oh, good idea.
So they use this bandsaw to cut it in half, and instead of taking 6 hours to cook, it cooks in 3 hours. So there's a handy little tip for you. Now over here are the ovens right over here, where they're cooking all these turkeys. Now, Michael, do you have a trick for cooking all these 3,000 meals?
A 24-pound turkey will cook in 6 hours. Cut it in half and it cooks in 3 hours.
Yeah, we got that tip already.
Okay, now what about all the other fixings and trimmings that you have here?
Okay, we have our assembly line in function right now. And if you step this way, we'll take a look on.
Okay. So what happens here, these are all volunteers, about 300 or 400 volunteers are turning out today, and they have all the different meals prepared. It goes down the assembly line here, and what happens is everyone puts their little piece in, and the trick is to get the food to the people out in the community hot.
Well, it's hot.
So they'll package the food up, they'll put it in these boxes of about 16 meals per box, and then we have a runner here, which is Bobby right here. Come with me, Bobby. He's one of the runners. He's also part of the program. What's the most important part of your job this morning?
Not falling.
Not falling. You don't want to drop those meals because there'll be a lot of upset people. What makes you come out here and donate your time?
It's the joy of giving.
And that's kind of what the holiday season's all about, isn't it?
That's what it's all about.
All right. Well, good for you. Glad you're out here today. They have a whole lot of volunteers coming out here today. What happens is these meals will go to this station here, and they'll put, these are just the hot meals that are coming out in these boxes. They'll put all the utensils, the stuff that isn't hot, such as the desserts and what have you, in the boxes, all to be shipped out. And then they get I'm looking for, Miss, could I have your map?
Okay.
Oh, a map.
Okay. They
Right
get
here,
a
please.
map of the route that they're going to take?
Man, we're getting tangled up in everything.
Yeah.
Here's a map, and also a list of people. Each driver is giving a list and a map and a parking permit so they could park in the streets of San Francisco and not get caught. And then the boxes are loaded into cars, and they go out onto the street and delivered to the different people. People call the Salvation Army, give the list of names, and then meals are sent out. All these cars that you see double parked here are all people volunteering their time to help deliver hot meals this Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. God bless the Salvation Army, and enjoy your meal.
Thank you very much, Spencer. We wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving. We wish you were here with us in the apartment, but you're doing great stuff out there, and we thank you for it. Well, should we check with Tom and see what's happening downstairs?
Before we send Jennifer Gray, our Grand Marshal, to get ready for her position as Grand Marshal, I was mentioning to her that next week, Lori, when you're off, I'll have celebrity co-hosts.
Yes,
One of them,
will.
I think on Thursday of next week, Jennifer, is Eartha Kitt.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently Lulu does a great Eartha Kitt impersonation. So as we get ready for the Thanksgiving crossing, let's see Lulu's Eartha Kitt come in tight on the dog as we go to break. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And perhaps the most anticipated event of this or any holiday season, the Breakfast Time Street Crossing is coming up. It's 24 minutes to the top of the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom, Laurie, Bob, the puppet, and me, Jim. I am the announcer. And here are Tom and Laurie on the reviewing stand, and Bob.
And of course, the Bobster is with us.
We're very excited, all of you watching on this Thanksgiving Day. Hello, New Yorkers.
Hello, New York. Hey, we have people actually watching the parade this year.
The parade route is really getting crowded now.
Yeah.
And technically, of course, Laurie.
Yeah.
We can't say parade, can
No,
we?
of course not. We have to say street crossing. It is something so many people look forward to all year long, this very day, this very moment, and it's just about to begin. We have so many special things planned today. We really do.
Indeed. The way it will work, and Jim, if you would call up the map once again.
Indeed.
Show them the parade route and the limitations that, because we don't have a parade permit, we will be dealing with today.
It begins here at 212 5th, where the paraders then make a right. And then on this corner, there is the reviewing stand that you see with Tom and Laurie. And then we wait here for the walk sign, walk across the street and into Madison Square Park in the area of the Breakfast Time Oasis. The exact route followed by the pilgrims.
And they will be looking both ways, won't they?
We want to check with our correspondents
I think we should check in with, yes, should we check in with Phil, who's at the end of the parade route? Phil, what's happening over there?
Well, Laurie, we're a little worried about safety here, of course, and so we'll be checking on that. They'll be coming through the course, so you can see the crowd has already started to gather.
Yeah!
A lot of atmosphere, particularly with these three people here. And they'll be making their way then across over here, Tom and Laurie, into the Breakfast Time Garden Oasis, which is, of course, a nice place to, and we'll be keeping you up to date as the crossing progresses.
Let's check with our correspondent standing at the corner of 5th and 26th Street. Steve Walker, can you hear me?
Because of the frenzied pace, Tom, I couldn't quite hear you. What'd you say?
Are you ready to give us your report?
I think I am. You know, the excitement is mounting. The police barricades are in place. We've got some fine floats and some fine stories, I might add. People who've come long distances to be in this street crossing. Tom and Laurie.
Thank you very much, Steve. We now go to Jillian, who is she's in the hub right now. She's at the very beginning of the parade, right up 26th Street. Jill, how's it looking from your end?
Laurie, I have the honored position this year. I'm at the very start of our second annual FX Breakfast Time Street Crossing. Now, it is my job this year, and I'm really proud to do it, to cut this red ribbon and then pop the brown paper bag with my help of my friend Mike here is going to pop the paper bag, which will signal to our pilgrimage and to our paraders to begin the parade for you and Tom. So, if I can get a little start up here from the crowd, I am now going to cut the ribbon.
Exciting moment.
Here it goes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, yay. The brown paper bag will officially begin.
Don't breathe in too much. It's carbon monoxide.
It's hyperventilating.
Of the Breakfast Time second annual Thanksgiving commemorative crossing. Eddie.
Here they come.
Eddie Layton, our leadoff float. Hold on.
Eddie,
famed organist for the Yankees.
Yes, for the New York Yankees, and Laurie, the New York Islanders. Eddie, play something. That's the way. You know, this is Eddie's fourth appearance on FX, Laurie.
Yes, the first one during the actual baseball when they weren't on strike, though.
The strike, and he appeared on the late lamented Sound Effects show, and it was arguably responsible for its demise. But we're happy to have him here.
And he'll be regaling us with his virtuosity throughout the entire parade. Leading us off, Tom the Turkey. His second appearance here in the Breakfast Time Crossing. He crossed last year with David Hartman. This year he's flying solo. He's waiting for the light.
Let's go to Steve to get a sense of the corner activity on the corner of 5th and 26th.
I tell you, this is a proud moment. Here's Sheena Hankin. Sheena, who of course is plying her craft on Aunt Mary. You know, Sheena, I believe, is starring in Grease this coming fall here on Broadway.
Steve, I hate to interrupt you, but we do have the light.
We have the walk light.
We should take advantage of that.
Please go with the walk light. Pull Aunt Mary and Sheena Hankin, our FX shrink, across the street.
Be careful.
Please hurry.
Right.
Red light.
Never mind.
Stop. Please stop.
Constantly a problem.
Oh, heavens.
We're breaking rules already. It's only our second float.
We have to wait for the walk signal. Yes, New York's cabbies celebrating this grand day here in New York City, showing their appreciation for all of the work going in to the second annual Breakfast Time.
And look, Aunt Mary's cured on the other side, yes.
Coming up next, we have apparently the Gorilla Girl, Lori.
Ah, yes. Now, I was away the day the Gorilla Girl made her first appearance on Breakfast Time, so I'm not sure what happened.
Well, she was good enough to invite back. The Gorilla Girl's real name, of course, is, I'm trying to cut back.
Yes,
Susan Jean. She originally appeared on Breakfast Time in March of '95. If she's not too familiar, then she was wearing the formal black gorilla suit.
And you know, Tom and Lori, she sits just about anywhere she wants to.
Let's check with Phil Kogan across the street. Phil, how's it looking? Aunt Mary made it safely across.
Yes, absolutely. Let's just get a reaction from Aunt Mary. Aunt Mary, you came across on the Don't Walk. How does it feel to be involved in this crossing this year?
It's great. I don't like lying down. I'd rather be walking.
All right, let's get her to the Oasis. I think she needs to go. Tom, we've also got some people who have come in here from Virginia today. Your reactions to the crossing?
It's wonderful. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving. Back to you, Tom.
Hey, as we were talking, the flea circus went right by us.
We lost the flea circus,
Yes.
and it contained over 1,000 fleas from around the world.
Right.
Just check who's scratching.
Yeah. Now you know why so many people want to attend this live,
Steve
not
just-
watch it on
Steve is
television.
just pointing out the flea circus is short a few members.
That's right. I don't know who was planning this parade, but fleas and dogs just usually don't go together. Tony came all the way from Seattle, Washington to carry Jack's picture, right, Tony?
That's right, I did. Well
All
done.
right, Jack the dog, of course, who also is appearing in Greece this coming spring.
We have Nathan Newman, our relationship expert, punching the heavy bag as he walks by. Hey. He's a personal
Showing the
trainer.
sensitivity that has endeared him to thousands, maybe millions. Cassandra Dans, our own Mrs. Green Thumbs, with the new Green Thumb Players.
Wow!
Cassandra responsible for turning a corner of our backyard, Madison Square Park, into the Breakfast Time Oasis. Please note, all of the Green Thumb Players suitably adorned to celebrate the crossing and their hero.
And they've got the light, so you know what? They're going for it.
Yeah.
Let's check with Jillian at the top of the parade, see how she's doing back there.
I'm doing great, Lori. I've got Patricia being rolled out across 26th Street like the queen that she is, relaxing, taking a little vacation from her usual physical activity. And coming up, Lori, soon we're going to have a Bob Cirillo, who's not in a car, but is on some sort of a moped-like vehicle, wearing that helmet, which he doesn't always do, but he's got it on today for Thanksgiving.
That's right, Jillian. Also, we want to tell you Santa Claus yet to come and the second Bob-a-loon. We're going to take a break and come back with more of the second annual Breakfast Time Thanksgiving commemorative street crossing.
Stay with us!
This is the largest street crossing of its kind anywhere in the world, as far as I know. And the rest of it is coming up on Breakfast Time. It's 12 minutes to the top of the hour. Welcome back to the Breakfast Time Street Crossing. And here are I guess they're the crossing guards, Tom and Lori and Bob.
Thank you very much for the music of New York Yankees longtime organist Eddie Layton. Eddie, how's it feel out here?
I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Don't preach, Eddie. Just keep playing. Let's hear it for the street crossing.
Yay! As we continue our street crossing, we have Trevor Kaufman, our computer expert, being led by Dr. Jeff Gardier, because Trevor is in virtual reality watching his own parade. Can we get a shot of the parade that Trevor's watching by any chance?
Trevor watching a totally different parade.
Yeah, there we
parade
go.
of turkeys
Yeah,
online.
something we've long suspected about Trevor, by the way.
We're losing our correspondent, Steve Walker. He's heading across the street with Patricia Moreno in the pony cab.
Having a good time, Patricia?
Great.
Steve, an actual part of the parade, and now joining us, you met him briefly as we went to commercial. At least for today, he's the world's luckiest turkey from the Red Barn in Old Brookville, Long Island. This turkey is 40 pounds, domestic American turkey, the kind people eat. And today's turkey guide is the lovely Lori Fine. Please welcome the world's luckiest turkey. We are waiting for the walk light.
As always.
Wasn't she one of the Three Stooges?
That's Larry Fine.
Let's check with Phil Kogan once again, who's at the end of our parade route. While we're waiting for the walk light, Phil, what's the mood like over there?
The mood is wonderful. They've moved into the Oasis. Cassandra Dans and the Green Thumbs are celebrating here with the glory of this garden, which, as you know, has almost completed here. for this wonderful Thanksgiving Day. We're all giving thanks. How do we feel about this crossing, everyone? The mood is wonderful, Laurie, as you can see.
Let's ask Jillian, is the end of the parade route, is Jennifer Gray excited about our Grand Marshal status we have given her today?
Yes, you're going to have to hold on a little bit, Tom, because she's in the green room waiting for her big Thanksgiving crossing moment.
Wonderful.
But we do have Dr. Ron's nose. Dr. Ron couldn't be here
We
today.
have the walk signal, Jillian. Pardon me for interrupting.
Okay. Steve, who do we have walking by now?
We have our money maven, of course. So give me $100, I'll get you to the front of the parade.
Right for Essence USA Today, Mademoiselle and McCall, and she tosses the money around. Juggling spam, Lori, Kevin Eldridge makes a return visit.
All the way from the personal effects magnificent Gwen McGee, sire.
He is a champion pumpkin sculptor and a freelance illustrator.
Kevin, wait for the light.
At the don't walk signal, Kevin. Sorry.
We have the now famous Dr. Ron Nose from a segment done 2 days ago, in case you weren't watching Breakfast Time.
That's right. We found out with this visual aid how we smell, why we smell, and for several of us, what we smell like.
Hey, don't hold it there. It can't breathe.
We have the Weiland sisters. Yeah! Chicken soup and other folk remedies. What are we getting here?
Chicken vegetable soup being served up to Lori and I on the reviewing stand. A lovely, gloppy substance proven through the ages to cure what ails you. Joan and Lydia Weiland's books, Chicken Soup and Other Folk Remedies, and more Chicken Soup and Other Folk Remedies are available at fine bookstores near you. Thanks. Get ready to cross, sisters, if you would. Bob Cirillo's here, Lori.
Bob Cirillo. Standing proud on his little mini bike.
Bob, you're leaving the parade route. Come back. Bob.
There's always a maverick in every crowd. You've got the walk light, everybody. Go
Bob,
for it.
come back. Good heavens. Who else is joining us? Last year we thought llamas were the pet of the 90s. We have been corrected. Joining us for this year's parade,
Greg Drawson
and Shannon the Bear.
Great. Bringing is it Shannon the Bear?
Yeah, actually the bear first appeared as a little cub on Breakfast.
That's right. He's now 10.5 months old and a lot bigger.
The bear was just given its name this morning. Jane Fergus joins us, Lori.
Our own cub reporter, Jane Fergus, from the third floor newsroom here in the FX building.
Lori, Tom.
It's the second appearance of the Bobaloon.
Yeah.
What's the mood like where you are?
Yeah.
Well, you know, this is such an exciting moment, and you know that the design of Bob began about 3 or 4 months ago.
Wait, hold on. That's true.
The designers were getting ready.
The Bobaloon is, of course, the signature float of the Breakfast Time Thanksgiving commemorative crossing.
Right.
Bill, from your vantage point looking across Fifth Avenue, what's the mood of the crowd seeing the appearance of the second Bobaloon?
It's a spectacle, absolute spectacle. He looks incredible. I understand 300 little straw things are hanging off our balloon there. Some of the facts and some of the making that went into this is quite incredible. We have our reporter on the scene here, and just like you've just crossed on a walk, thank you very much for doing that. The mood and the atmosphere on the other side of the crossing.
Everyone's feeling great. They're a little cold, a little hungry, looking for turkey dinner, but they think it's an absolute success.
If you wouldn't mind just moving
Bill,
through.
we have Handyman Joe crossing.
Our very own grill treat, Handyman Joe. Also, we have the bunch of dogs.
Bob Cirillo coming by again.
Another appearance.
And now, come by with the fully drawn card. Jillian, how's it look?
Yes, check it out, Tom and Lori. The patron of the parade is Jennifer Gray, being brought out in style for today's Thanksgiving Day street crossing on a donkey. Jennifer Gray is being led
Jennifer is
across
being
Fifth
pulled by a
Avenue.
50-inch tall, 13-year-old Welsh pony named Rocky, coming to us from the Pelham Stables in the Bronx. She is on the governor's cart. Jennifer's movie is on CBS tonight, I believe, from 9 until 11 o'clock. She co-stars with Liza
Minnelli and Shirley MacLaine, and like a good Grand Marshal, she's waiting for the walk light. Across the street to the Breakfast Time Oasis. But you know, what would a parade be without the appearance of the jolly the old man himself.
That's right.
Oh, the kids
Santa
always
Claus.
wait for this moment.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Claus making his appearance. It is the start of the gift buying season, and Santa Claus is here to end the second annual Thanksgiving breakfast time commemorative street crossing. Lori, I think it's safe to say this one was as emotional, if not more so than last year.
Eat your heart out, Spielberg.
I think we topped ourselves this year. I really do. Congratulations to the entire Breakfast Time family. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes to send you into your Thanksgiving Day.
All of human history has led up to this moment in a chronological sense. A minute to go. Welcome back to the street crossing. Here's Tom.
We're wrapping
and Lori
it up
and
here.
Bob.
Thank you very much, Jim. Bob's still over there at the reviewing stand. We forgot to tell him we were leaving. Jennifer Gray, our Grand Marshal. West Side Waltz tonight on CBS. Jennifer gets attacked by a bear and gets a Polaroid talking camera as a special thank you gift.
We want to thank everybody for joining us for the crossing. Please don't forget to join us tomorrow. We've got another live show. Jennifer Lopez will be here from the Money Train. We've also got Christina Lees from ER.
Yes. Spencer Garbett in San Francisco, California. Thank you for wonderful segments there. We'll save some turkey for you, Spencer. Nice stuff. And to everyone, Rick Hurwitz and now the whole gang who put together the second annual Thanksgiving crossing. Thanks so much for work well done. There goes Bob, lap number 8. Have fun, folks. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to drive safely if you're going somewhere. Eat well, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Happy holidays from all of us at breakfast time.
Is it safe to cross now?
Only on the walk signal.
Okay.
Thanks, Pedro.